Our Brendan McLaughlin is watching the vote count tonight with a panel of experts.
Yeah, let's get their reaction to the results so far and what it means for November. Brendan.
All right, thank you. I'm here with April Schiff, who is a Republican political strategist with Strategic Solutions, and also Jim Davis, who's a former Democratic congressman and former gubernatorial candidate as well. April, let me start with you. Rick Scott's victory is a blow to Bill McCollum, of course, but also to the party, the Republican Party that backed him. Will the party be able to rally behind Rick Scott? He's not their guy.
He's not their guy, but he is their guy now because he's the Republican nominee, so they're going to have to rally behind him. It's going to be very, very difficult to pull them all together.
Okay, Jim Davis on the Senate race. Now, on paper, Jeff Green had some of the same attributes as Rick Scott. They're millionaires, billionaires, and they're outsiders. But it didn't work for Jeff Green. What was the difference?
Jeff Green was a flawed candidate. Rick Scott had a powerful message. He talked to the voters about how we improve the economy. But Kendrick Meek ran a very effective grassroots campaign, and I think it's going to bring out a lot of Democrats in the fall for him and for Alex Sink for campaign for governor.
So that'll be one more asset for Alex Sink. Now, she begins this general election essentially without a scratch on her because she didn't have major opposition in her primary race. Is that enough of an advantage to sort of help her through this, or Rick Scott could spend another $50 million in the general election against her?
It is a huge advantage. This has been a bruising primary, and Alex Sink has a unique opportunity to get out of the gate early and define herself. And if she succeeds in doing that, I believe she's going to win this race.
Okay, now we've got a very interesting Senate race shaping up here. It's a three-way race with Governor Charlie Crist, Marco Rubio, who is the Republican nominee, and now Kendrick Meek. April, going into this, is Charlie Crist still viable? Because Kendrick Meek is going to be very popular with Democrats. Of course, Marco Rubio has got the lion's share of Republicans. Where does he draw his support, Charlie Crist?
Charlie Crist is going to draw his support across the board from the middle of the left, the middle of the right, and the middle of everybody, and he will pull quite a bit of support.
Right. Okay, now looking ahead to the general election, can we expect something a little bit more civil, a little less acrimonious than we saw in this incredibly contentious primary season? Joe?
Rick Scott ran a scorched earth campaign and he won. So I expect that may continue. The candidate that talks to the voters that says, I understand the economy is really bad, you're hurting, and I've got a plan that will help us get back on track, will win this election. And I think if Alex Sink has that message, and I believe she will, it'll be a winning message.
But April, in the general election, they've got to appeal to more of those independents. They don't have to appeal just to the base.
That's true. So they have to, their message will be crafted to appeal to the independents as well as the middle of the party roads.
Okay, April Schiff, Jim Davis, stand by. We'll continue to watch the returns, and we'll send it back to Jameson and